I am Steve Barker, a British military veteran who has operated in hostile terrain and learned that survival is never about luck. It is about staying calm, thinking clearly, and making the right call under pressure. I have endured harsh weather, rough ground, isolation, the kind of conditions that test your body and your mind in equal measure. Welcome to the next episode of Survive When It Counts, Wilderness Survival. In this episode, we strip everything back to the essentials, mindset, priorities, and the first actions that matter most when things go wrong. When people hear the words disaster preparedness, it is easy to picture a bunker full of gear or a dramatic last-minute escape, but real preparedness is usually quieter than that. It starts long before an emergency, with clear thinking, simple systems, and a plan you can trust, when stress is high and information is limited. In this episode, we are looking at what it actually means to be ready for disruption, whether that disruption is a power outage, a severe storm, a supply chain problem, or something far more serious. The first principle of disaster preparedness is knowing what you are preparing for. Not every emergency looks the same, and your response should not be one size fits all. A home fire requires a very different plan from a flood, an earthquake, or a winter storm. That is why it helps to start with risk awareness. Look at your location, your climate, your household needs, and the most likely threats in your area. Once you know the hazards that matter most, you can focus your time and energy on the things that will actually make a difference. Next comes the foundation of any solid preparedness plan, having the essentials ready before you need them. Water is always near the top of the list, along with food, first aid, lighting, batteries, warm clothing, and a way to communicate. But disaster preparedness is not just about stockpiling supplies. It is about redundancy and access. Can you reach your flashlight in the dark? You have backup power for your phone? Does everyone in the household know where emergency supplies are stored? The best kit in the world is useless if nobody can find it or use it under pressure. Another major part of preparedness is planning for decisions, not just equipment. In a crisis, people often lose time because they are trying to think through basic steps while under stress. That is why a simple written plan matters. Where will you meet, if separated? Who do you call first? When do you stay put? And when do you leave? If you need to shelter in place, what does that look like in practice? If you need to evacuate, what goes in the car? And where are you going? These are not dramatic questions, but they are the ones that save time, reduce panic, and improve outcomes. Finally, disaster preparedness works best when it becomes a habit, not a one-time project. Check your supplies, replace expired items, practice your plan, talk through scenarios with the people who matter most. Even a few minutes of review each month can make a huge difference when something unexpected happens. Preparedness is really about confidence built in advance, so that when conditions turn hostile, you are not starting from zero. At its core, disaster preparedness is about responsibility, calm, and foresight. It gives you options when other people are frozen by uncertainty. It will not prevent every crisis, but it will help you respond with more clarity, more control, and more resilience. And that can make all the difference when the unexpected arrives. Thanks for joining me for this episode of Survive When It Counts. I hope what we have covered today gives you practical knowledge, sharper judgment, and the confidence to stay calm when conditions turn against you. If you have enjoyed the episode, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow Books Central so you do not miss future episodes packed with survival knowledge, fieldcraft, and real-world guidance. And make sure you come back next week for the next episode, where we will continue building the skills that matter when it counts most. If you want the companion book to this podcast, The Calm Operator, Survival for Every Terrain, you will find it on Amazon and on the Books Central website. Until next time, stay sharp, stay prepared, and keep moving forward.